Hey YouTube, this is Southern Pepper One. I want to talk about the situation in Ukraine and Russia and the U.S. and you can't forget England. They're pushing a lot of stuff too. But there was a report that credited to U.S. military intelligence stating that Russia is going to have a major nuclear war exercise, so they'll be probably firing some ballistic missiles, testing their equipment, testing their reaction time. I don't know if it's going to include any civil defense training for the civilians, but they're definitely trying to scare the United States. But what I want to think is, are they really going to do it? Or is it just a plan by the U.S. to keep us focused on Ukraine and to distract us from everything else that's happening in this country, be it economic problems, be it Biden's numbers of approval, distract from that, the supply problems that we have, the logistical problems, or maybe the COVID narrative is not what they want. So I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's going on because I do not trust the United States government. It's sad to say that, but when they say something, I'm looking at every angle. Is this just a plan to keep us more destabled, more worried, and not looking at a different picture, but looking at the Ukraine-Russia picture? There is, I read 15 nuclear reactors that could be involved in an area of Ukraine. So hostilities could cause damage to these nuclear reactors, which would then cause a huge problem. In that area, Chernobyl, they're very familiar with what happens when a nuclear power plant goes haywire. It creates a lot of problems. So pray that in any conflict, nuclear reactors are safe and no one targets them. No one gets desperate, no false flags, because that would affect the world. If you don't know about Chernobyl, study that. It wasn't a good time for Europe. So information is coming out saying that Russia is going to have this major exercise. Now, they normally have an exercise every year, but I think this one is being moved up, maybe an additional one, I don't know. But when you get the information, you don't know what to believe. Everything that's put out is put out for a reason. It's put out to distract. It's put out because it's the truth. It's put out for to hide some truth that's out there with all this false information. So I look at it as the information's out there, so why is it out there? Be it true, be it false, be it a distraction. So, that being said, there was another article talking about Great Britain saying that the threat to our satellites is high. So there's so much information that's put out there to make us fearful. And that's not what we need to be right now. The scary thing is that I don't trust my government anymore. That's the scary thing. When they say something, I don't believe it. No matter what it's, from health to science to medical, you got to look at it and say, what's their agenda for putting this information out there? Do they have an agenda that is contrary to the Founding Fathers' principles of giving us freedom and liberty? And most of the time it is. Sad, but true. So, I just want to put this in the back of your head. No one has a crystal ball. But what I have learned from being in the military is you plan for contingencies. You plan for what you believe the enemy is going to do. You also look at his capabilities, and you better in the back of your mind have a plan for his capabilities. Russia has a capability of using nuclear weapons. Are they going to? No idea. But that doesn't mean that I say, well, they're not that stupid. They're not going to use them. I'm not going to make my personal plan. I'm not talking about the military plan of them being used. I'm talking about my personal plan. Do you have a personal plan to deal with an atomic explosion, a nuclear weapon being used anywhere in the world? Do you have a plan if the United States is directly targeted, be our command and control, military bases, key communication hubs, key industrial chemical plants, the oil facilities in the United States? Do you have a plan? If you say no, I don't want to scare you, but you need to. You're behind the curve. You need to have a plan. You need to have a personal plan. Now, if you're at ground zero and you're inside the blast radius, there's not much you can do because you can't afford to build a blast shelter. You don't have enough money. You can relocate. Some of you will say, I don't want to relocate. I love it here. And then that's your plan. It's not a good plan. Putting your head into the sand like an ostrich is not a plan. Well, I guess it is a plan. I just don't like that plan. So what I'm urging you, I know you have enough to worry about, and I hate just giving you more things to worry about. You know, some of you are just struggling to get food and water and some shelter put back. But in your free times, start looking at where you are. Start looking at, if you're in the blast zone, you're in the blast zone. I'm not worried about protecting myself from the blast zone personally. But you never know. The nuclear weapon that's programmed to go 100 miles away might malfunction, might land right on my head. If that's the case, it doesn't matter. We'll all be dead at this location, and we'll be in a much better place. But start thinking, what is my plan to survive radiation? What is my plan to survive an EMP attack against the United States? And I'm talking about this because this is a prepping channel. You guys are here to prepare. Some of you come just for the news. So if I can give you a little bit, hopefully you get prepared a little bit because you hear the news and it's not good news. So do you have a plan to deal with radiation? Some of you are going to say, no one wants to live through that. Well, I got 2 grandbabies, so I'm not punching out early. I'm going to stay around and make sure my skill set's available for them. Nuclear war, I'm going to say, is survivable. It's the thing I prepare for. Is it the highest priority? No, highest priority is me getting hit by a car, making sure my wife has enough money put back so if I can't do anything for 6 months, she can pay all the bills and take care of herself. That's high priority. High priority is probably you losing your job. High priority is you getting sick with cancer. So yes, you need to plan for those, and as you go through life, take care of the things that will probably happen. You will get laid off in your lifetime. If you have never gotten laid off, say a good prayer of hallelujah, because a lot of people get laid off, no fault of their own. But those things you need to prepare for. Are you going to have enough money when you retire? If you're a few years from retirement, you better, well, you should have thought about that a long time ago. But you can always start. It might be a little late. So on that list, can I survive radiation? And you can. I've done a few videos. I can do more if you guys want them. I can clearly show you how to survive it. Yeah, it's going to suck afterwards. There's going to be a lot of sacrifice afterwards. But when you have grandbabies, you can't give up. Plus, I'm a prepper. I'm a survivalist. It's not even in my genes to give up. Being an Army infantry guy, you definitely don't give up. Actually, I have found in my Army career, when it was the hardest, the suck factor was high, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it going to the field for 30 days, and it was miserably cold, miserably wet, because you know what? I said, you know what, I might have to go to combat with these conditions. Plus, people are actually trying to kill me. Plus, there's no really cool mess plan. You didn't get hot food at all. So I better learn how to do this so I could survive anything. So, information, true, false, misinformation coming out, doesn't matter. I plan for the capability of my enemy, and my enemy right now being Russia. I wish they weren't, Our bigger enemy is China. Capability of bad people in the world are to deliver nuclear weapons onto U.S. soil. So I will prepare for it. If my government doesn't prepare for it, if my government doesn't say, hey, for the people of this county, the people of this city, this is our plan for your survivability. Because trust me, politicians, the rich folks, they got their plan. So I'm preparing for the capabilities of people that want to destroy the United States through the use of nuclear weapons. Are you preparing for that? Or are you going to put your head in the sand? A lot of this preparation might not involve a lot of money. It might involve knowledge, what to do, how to do it. And that's free on the internet. That's free from books. Get that information. Don't want to scare you, but I don't want you to keep your head in the sand. Thanks for watching.